Yo, Crypto Nation and Mining Family, what's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? So, got some of the, like my title says, I've got some fan failures, um, and how they show up on Hive is completely different from each other. So, take for instance, I've got this Gigabyte. And not like this fan will spin, but this one won't, that one won't. This one too, I think. Yeah, this one all the fans were off. So this one showed up as there was no fan movement. When I opened it up, this fan was moving, but these two weren't. This one decided I wanted to be extremely hot and has absolutely no fan spin, even though it's in a server case, but there's no forward pressure being put onto the fan to the cooling fin, so it's a failure. And then this card I've had for the longest time. This one was in my main PC for a while. Is an Asus ROG Strix. Now, all three of these are all 1070 Ti's, guys. So 1070 Ti. And I miss the days where it was easy and simple. We had one single 8-pin connector on here. Things were simple back then, guys. But today, we're going to go ahead and pull apart the cooler. Oh, the wife had called me, and I forgot to grab my toolkit. Hold on. Got to grab my little toolkit here. No worries, no worries. So I'm going to go ahead and just start stripping off some of these fans here. And the fans that I typically, everybody asks, hey, what are good replacement fans? Now, out of the 4 years or so that I've been doing this, I've had amazing luck with InRobert fans. These are my go-to guys. So for Gigabyte, and a few others. Sometimes you even get them and they still say Gigabyte on them because they are actually factory direct replacements on here. So I try to go as close to OEM as I can, but InRobert definitely has quality fans that I've never had any issues with. Now for the ROG Strix, it won't have the decals like this, so you're going to be able to tell it is replacement fans. But for the Gigabytes, they will still say Gigabyte on them. So direct replacement for Gigabyte, aftermarket for Asus, but I'm happy with it. InRobert is, I'm not trying to show them. It's just I've had such good luck with them. It's like when you have good luck with a particular brand or something like that, you tend to talk about all the good stuff. Have I had one of these go out on me? Yes. Just let them know, and they sent out a replacement right away, and it was seamless. So it happens. All manufacturers will have one that'll go bad here and there. What up, Nefarious? He's like, what's this? Fans don't fail. They're supposed to last for 100 years. Why do you need to clean dust off of fans? Never. You never have to do that. But my Asus, it died spectacularly. It was so good that it actually left a little burn mark on its own little circuit board pad here. It was kind of weird. I've never seen one do that before. I was like, wow. But I think the fan fell off and then it arced around in there a little bit and wasn't happy. I'm thankful that it did not do any damage to the card. But even this one, I think it's just this middle fan is the only thing keeping this GPU cool. So this is the only reason why this particular GPU is not overheating. Okay. The one that has no fan movement, this one wants to live life like, God, fucking 80C when I shut it off. And this one was just warm. It was trying to trickle up at that 70 C range, like 71, 72. So I was backing power off because fans are dead. So let's go cracking into this. This shouldn't take long. Hopefully, I don't have this huge giant screen because the wife would like to go out for dinner. So let's try to do this fast, but not too fast. Remember, guys, slow is fast at sometimes. Grab the right screwdriver here. I've never done it on the Asus one, but I've done them a billion times on the. I have that on already. I have never done one on this, but I've done them on these before. So these ones will be my faster ones to go ripping through. So I kind of want to tear into this one first, just the way I know. So let's go ahead and clear the bench. So it looks like I got a screw here for the shroud, here. Okay, so I got 3 up top to take the shroud off, and then 3 inside of where the fan blades are. So, okay. Nice and easy. They should be, typically whenever I'm doing these, the fan shrouds, typically they're all the same screws. But just in case they're not, you can separate them until you know for sure. But typically, they're usually the same. I'm wondering if this is also screwed into the cooler through the fan. Kind of looks like the fans are actually screwed down too. But pulling up the housing for this will allow me to get to the wiring behind it, which I'll need to get to the connectors. All of those are the same. All right, and I am correct. That's what I need to get to the connectors. And there is a RGB header right here for the housing. Now it's got a little bit of dust buildup right where the wires are. That's actually very typical. Ooh, this one had a little trappings in there. And I do clean this out, but I never take the shroud off. So if there's stuff in the shroud area like this is, I won't normally be able to get to this. So now all the fan screws should be all the same. And I typically will separate these because it's 2 different components. Interesting how they do this one. So they actually screw the fans down to the cooler. I like it, really, I do. I just wish that they would make instead of the fins going up and down, I wish they'd go front and back. It's more efficient. Sorry if I don't have like the best of lighting. This was kind of like a spur of the moment. I caught my rig getting a little hot. And I'm like, okay, I saw that there was no fan spin. I'm like, I think it's time. I do have replacements for all this stuff. Typically during the wintertime, I can damn near turn these fans off because it's such cool air coming into the mining room. And if you guys got any questions or anything like that, certainly ask away. That's true. Lots of screws to get these fans off. I have to admit, this is a lot. All right. So, and this one should be the replacement for it. Famous last words, as they always say, right? Should. All right. It is awesome. Oh, bam. A lot of buildup on here. Like, well, I got it open. I might as well try to get as much of the dust as I can out. There we go. I like that. Perfect. Oh, now I'm all dusty. That's nasty. All right. So, all right. Well, this one has to go over here. It's the longest one. Now, I have had to reuse bridging wire before because the aftermarket just wasn't quite right. Although this might have the right connector on there. Gotta be able to. So, I kind of don't like how that stretches compared to how this one. See, this one's a lot tighter, a lot neater with the wiring. So, I might have to actually. So, this one has to be like this bridge. Bridge. It's almost like this wire's too short, is what it is. Oh, they beautiful. Almost like I need a jumper to get that up over. What the hell did they? What the hell? Ah, don't tell me, and Robert, don't say you failed me this time. You fit in here. Good there. Oh, okay. It like you almost have to thread this to get it in right. So it's almost right. Almost. So it's just like a little off, but it's workable. It is. It is. Try to hook this stuff up, then try to place it like this. Right in there. I need to start screwing it down so it'll stay in place. Hoping the wiring just kind of does what it's supposed to do. Got the one wire here. We start with the farthest away. But again, this isn't OEM for ASUS, so I kind of expect fitment issues maybe. All right. What's up, Sinji? Doing some fan replacement here. Yo. Going back together with these. I mean, I can't be unhappy about the fitment on here. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. It is aftermarket, so. And then now I can kind of place the wire. Kind of try to train the wire to go where it needs to be. We'll see how tight they got this. It's a little tighter of a fitment than I would like, but workable. Workable. And again, I'm not putting these screws in all that tight at all, guys. And I'm trying to make sure that this cable down here lays as flat as possible as I flip it so that it will lay properly in its holders. And just go like that. Now that one's in. The wire's flat here, so I'm not pinching anything off. That's always a concern. Don't pinch the wires. And yes, Nefarious, always set your fan range to manual on fucking Hive. Don't let their their software control fan. It'll like ramp up your fans weird. It's weird how Hive decides to control your fans. So it's not going to fit quite right through this connector because the original connector only has this kind of it. They just kind of have more wire underneath it versus it being a dual plug. So it's not going to sit perfectly, but close enough in my book. All right, now we can get to this last fan. So I see an issue, a little bit of an issue here, which can I correct it? The problem that I'm seeing is that this wire going for the fan is not going to be very nice to the shroud. I is that in there kind of. Don't like how they're making this one. They're making me fold this wire really goofy, and I do not know if I can lift you up and get you under. I'm gonna do nothing. I gotta unplug this. Let's see if I can do this first. Sometimes I have to do it this way where I gotta manually situate everything the way that it needs to go. Then I can screw it down and then try to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with the wire. Like that. I'm gonna secure this fan down before I move that wire. It's gonna be fun. Hey, the fan's moved. That is amazing. It hasn't done that in 2 years. Yes, you heard me right. I've been mining with this particular GPU with like only one working fan on it for like 2 years. The fan crapped out like almost as soon as I put it from my PC into the mining rig. Like the fans were basically at that point out on their way out, in my opinion. Because I think this fan stopped and fell off originally, which would be this one right here. Probably within 1 month of being in the mining rig, and that fan fell off. So it is what it is. Now let's see about chucking some wires and getting you guys situated here. That, and can I get enough wiggle room here to be able to it's like that. It sounds like Donkey Kong. Nothing's hitting anything. Always do your panda flick when you're done. This is how you know it's properly done, because if you do your panda flick and that thing just goes boop and stops, it should always be like flick. Oh, you don't have to put these little plugs in. I do. But I'm trying to show you how to do it the right way versus, doing any modifications and stuff. So here we go. Now all the LEDs turn on. And sometimes, like the LEDs on these ones, if I were to go back into here and take a look, I can quickly, from a glance, tell if this GPU is running or not by how the LEDs are on. Gonna give it a quick test spin. And I know nothing is really all the way down. And again, you don't have to screw these bad boys super, super, super tight. They're little itty bitty captive screws. Come on, you. How badly is something in the way here? See if I can cable train you. Little bit. Oh. So what I'm having an issue with is there's an LED bar right here, and the wire bundle right here in the corner is perfectly in the way. Seeing if I can kind of try to sneak. I think I got it. If I can get the whole line up. All right, perfect. That's the hardest part, I guess. It's not like it's going through a lot of metal, guys, so don't go crazy tight on it. Upper. Ooh. Going back together with some fresh fans. You'll see me check spin these every time I tighten something down, because that's usually when you're shifting stuff. So, bam. Now the thing is ready for more flying, guys, and it'll stay nice and cool. All right. Toss these off to the side. This goes back into the rig. Next man on the service table here, guys. So this one, okay, so these bad boys, I actually have to rethermal paste in order to do this. Which it's fine. It's fine. It's fine because there's two screws, one here and one here, that you can only access going forward. And there's really no way to get this IO off to realistically release that the right way. Right? I'm like kind of like looking at this going, how does this all release off of here? Going, I wonder if I can take these off and this whole IO comes off and it's easier to do that. Or should I go through and thermal paste this? Yeah. Like the good old days. All right, so I know the wifey's wanting to get together for some food and stuff like that. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna call up the wifey and see where she's at and see if I've got time to do this GPU, or am I gonna take a break and cut in for another stream when I get back? We'll find out here in a second. So 1 second. All right, I got time to do this one, guys. So she's grabbing food on the way home. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and strip these other two down. I'm gonna rethermal paste them while I'm in here, guys. And bam, we're gonna go ahead and take this bad boy apart. Since I know one of them decided to cook the thermal paste at least. And this one hasn't been opened up in a while. I hope it don't need any thermal pads. We'll find out here. All right. And I tend to just kind of crack it from the backside. Lift up. There's a little plug right here. Try to grab the plug itself and kind of give it a... Come on. Gonna make a little liar of me going, oh yeah, it's this easy, guys. Don't want to rip it off the board. I believe that one of all of them is the more important one. This one hasn't been taken off the board in a minute, so all right. Let's see if this one will come up. That one wants to come up. So that one's that, and oh, I forgot about it. This one will come up really nicely. And I believe this one is the fan header. Oh man, that one does not want to release, guys. So there's like little locks on here. I've broken them. I'll break these locks off before I break. There. Oh, I got it. Yes, victory's mine. So there's a lot to dissect here, guys. Well, not beyond the dirt here, right? So there's a lot to dissect. You look at this GPU. Can anyone here tell me something that stands out very, very, very quickly? If you know your GPUs very well, and you've opened up a GPU, what's something that stands out to you besides dirt? I'll give everybody a moment here. Ooh. It depends on the price on that. I might be interested in that. If it's not too expensive, I might be... Yeah, Jason, you caught that. The thermal pads look like shit. Looks like absolute dog poop. You guys want to know why this pad looks like dog poo-poo? These white pads are actually original from fucking Gigabyte. These are original 1070 pads on here. They've been mining for 4 years without being replaced. This is original thermal paste on here. This card is 100% stock right now, guys. Yo! I don't think I've ever... I haven't pulled apart a stock old card like this in a hot minute. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Holy shit. All right, cool. So, I guess it's a good thing I opened up this one, but the only... So I know the pads on the memory are half mil. I could tell that right off the bat. These are half mil pads. Which is fine. Half mil pads on the memory. Half mil pads on the capacitors. And it looks like 1.5 mil pad on the or I'm sorry, other way around. No. So, okay, no. Half mil pads on the inductors, the power inductors, and then it looks like 1.5 on the controller, the power and control. Let me grab my my micrometer so that I can tell for sure. Never want to guess. Over here. Ah, I put it next to me. I didn't even have to go away that far. It was here the whole time. All right. Zero it out. And I try to measure in a couple of different spots. That looks like 2 millimeters. Trying to hit it on a spot that hasn't been squished. It looks like I got the most out. So yeah, this looks like a 2 millimeter pad, which is fine by me. Zero turn off. Two away. Perfect. All right, so let's get back. So we got a 2 millimeter pad here, half mil, half mil, half mil, half mil, and thermal compound. We'll go ahead and clean this card up here. I didn't think I had any more GPUs that were this original. That is amazing that this is the first time this card's ever been cracked open. Wow. So I'm sitting here just basically like, I guess I could try to do this on camera. So I'm going through anywhere I see a dust buildup. I'm taking the microfiber. It's dry. Taking thermal pad off wherever there's thermal pad here. Blowing it off a little bit here and there. Good little buildup spot here. I'd like to put more down and dirty on it. I kind of want to get into here a little better and into here a little better. So I'm gonna go grab a Q-tip. I didn't think it was gonna be. I thought this was one that I'd already opened up at least once to thermal paste it. Wow, that's amazing that this card has lasted this long without any kind of real significant failure. So let me go grab a Q-tip real quick. I'll be right back. I mean, there are a lot of GPUs that I got here, so I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of them like slip through that they are never been opened up and they have no issues. All right, so that together on there really nicely. Now that's all cleaned up. So this half of the board is all for the outputs. So this stuff can get damaged, and it, depending on what it is, a lot of times it'll leave the functionality of the card to still power up and function properly. So this is your PCIe power rail here. This is your 3.3 volt. This is a 5 volt up over here. This, and let me reorientate myself. I haven't opened up one of these in a hot minute. So here is this one here should be all your core, and then your uncore, and then you have memory rail here. Whenever something pops on one of these, it's always in the memory rail. They get really hot. You can tell this one got a little toasty. There's no gap in between here, so I probably caught this thing just in time as I saw the thermal temperatures getting away on there, and that's because the fans weren't spinning on it, which were causing the memory modules to overheat. So hopefully, it didn't look like anything was damaged. So, it just kind of looked like thermals just kind of got away from it. It was thermal throttling. I'd already turned the power down on it. So, yep. This thing should go back together, look just fine. And then I always use like a little cardboard business card. Depending on how hot the core got, depends on how nicely it's going to want to come up. Oh, wow, this core got hot. I might actually have to grab an alcohol pad. I rarely have ever had to do it, but this is an original paste. Yep, I'm gonna have to grab some some alcohol wipes. Holy cow, this is even like on there. Wow. I'm like having to like chisel this off. Now in the gigabytes, people don't really talk about this. What you're seeing me do right here is I'm sliding in between the two copper pipes. I'm actually sliding my nail in there and trying to dig out any residual old compound. I don't know how well it adhered in between the two coils, but I'm going to put some good stuff on there. So let me grab a couple of alcohol wipes to rip it. There we go. Give this a little quick buffer. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just trying to get as much of that residual out of here. I'm like just digging my nail in between the coils right here, and then I'm just kind of wiping it. All right, that looks like a clean coil there. Tip up. Stuff up here, see if my nail will break any of this stuff up. This stuff on the side is about as hard as a rock. There you go. So hard. Wow. That is amazing how nasty that was. I used the microfiber to kind of polish it up. Kind of using the light to kind of help find any other. Not so much you need to worry about the sides, but the top. You want it as clean as you can get. It doesn't have to be surgical clean, but I like to try to get it as clean as possible. From here, this is now ready for assembly. So we'll put this off to the side so we can address the cooler. And since we know that this is a 2mm pad, what I do is that I'm going to pull out my pads and I'm going to grab my 2mm pad here. Hopefully I got enough of you. If not, we'll figure stuff out. And it's a good size. Looks good to me. Yeah, this looks good to me. So awesome. And from here, I can go ahead and strip these. Oh, wow. So the pad doesn't even get touched everywhere. And this is Gigabyte. It's on a 1070. They trick you. That's not full coverage of the of the memory modules. What the hell? They've been cheaping up for years. Oh, they did it here too. I forget about this. Wow. Oh, they did it here too. Look at that. Amazing. And we wonder why we get such underperforming crap. That's not full coverage on the memory modules, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe this really quickly. Right, cool. So, there we go. Now, I can go ahead and get my little screws up out of here. So there's 2 screws here and 2 screws at the back side here. Kind of remember your orientation of your cooler, guys, to the shroud. Very easy to mix them up. And be very gentle with these screws because you're screwing through the aluminum cooling fins, so you can breathe on this thing and strip it out. Very, very little screws. All right, then this shroud should just now separate. It has to pull through the cooling fins with the little part that it screws into, so be careful while pulling it apart. And ew. I clean these things too. Wow. That's what you can't get to because of the shroud. Totally worth cleaning these every so often, guys. Hold on, guys. I need to sit there and blow this out. 1 second. All right, had to pull the fan, not the fan, my vacuum cleaner out on this bad boy. That was bad on this side. Woo. All right, so I got that all taken care of now. Cool. Now we can go ahead and start disassembling this. So you gotta actually, the Gigabyte's not one of the nicer ones to pull apart if you got them. This is the Gamer X. And every set of screws are all different. I wonder if this fan blade pulls out. Oh yes, we got a fan blade out the way. This makes life easier. Right. And keep all your screws separated. None of these screws are the same on here. Are you coming off? Oh yeah. You come out. Oh, come on. Oh. Nope, you don't want to come out. That's fine. That's fine. 2 out of 3 ain't. Screws are not fun to see, especially when they got a little bit of dust on them, like these do. All right. Now all of this stuff all can flip up out of here. You come over to the other side here, and now you can start unhooking everything out of its little wire loom holders. Pay attention to how it all is in there. you've done a few of these, you start getting used to how they assemble them and stuff. Like this holder here, you have to turn the wire sideways and pull it out. So I'm trying to flip it right now. Take it, turn it, pull it, bam, just like that. Then I got the connector on this side as I make a bloody mess on my table here. Oh, pull it out of your holder, turn you sideways, pull you out. You two. Oh man, I'm gonna have to vacuum this thing when I get done. Oh, you off to the side here. Turn you sideways. Lift. And there's like these little wire holders here. Kind of pull your wires through. And be able to release your first fan. The first fan you put in has got the longest bit of wire. And it makes an absolute disaster. Ooh, that's bad. Wow. Oop. I already had one of the boxes open. Here we go. And like I said, these will be direct replacements for the Gigabytes. So Babam even says Gigabyte on it. And go ahead and unplug those short little ones off here. Then we could feed the wire in. And we could do this all in a reverse, guys. Yo. What are you doing, Cammy? Go play with one of the old broken fans. So, flipping it in the first holder. Let's try to get this thing to try to get the wiring to go back in there exactly how I pulled it out. It keeps the fan from actually clipping the wires when you do this. I have actually broken a fan because I did not adhere to doing this. Get this first fan pinned. Not give you permission to do all of that. Tighten these at all. I cannot stress that enough. You are screwing into plastic on this if you do this yourself. And it's very, very easy. Great. Y'all. Now, I can sit here and worry about trying to this and into that. Through this folder, this folder. Now, all I got to do is feed these fans through and I can hook them up afterwards. but you want to make sure you get the wire in the general location. Yeah. I'm like very even tightening these. So black in there. So hard to see where the screw hole is. I'm like, I know it's there. See? Now I can I'll get this last fan in, and that's usually where it's easiest to really maneuver this thing around. But I just make sure that there's like a little hook loop right here that I'm trying to feed the wire into. I know my camera's probably not pulling that up the greatest. Get in there. Way too good for your home. Yeah. There we go. Slightly off alignment. All right. So now I can sit here and start tucking wires in. There's now I can sit here and put that into its little folder and flip you sideways. You should that hook in. Sure, this wire stays. Fan connector like that. And like I said, remember how your shroud all went together. Gigabyte went to the top. This is the bottom. This is the top. Gigabyte went to the top. So this is how this went. So now I can kind of clean some of the stuff up out of my way real quick. So if I know my GPU goes like this, and I know my cooler goes on there like this, right? Then I know my orientation's like this. Makes life easy, just in case you ever forget. Oh crap, I don't remember where the orientation was. This is how I do it. And then you have to get, there's like little fins here. You got to get them into, little standoffs on the shroud that have to go into the fins. The very first fin opening is where it goes. Take your time with it. Don't just drop it in there. And then from here, you got height in and out a little bit, a minor adjustments you might need to make. Definitely kind of pay attention to where the whole orientation is before you lock it. Try to lock it down. Right now, I'm trying to find the hole. I don't want that one to move. I want this side. I know. Nope, definitely not stabbed in there properly. See if I can get the other side. Sometimes I can get one side first. Okay. Now the screw flipped up out of the way. These are such tiny screws, too. Got that one. Help align the other one. Sweet. Just what I needed it to happen. There we go. And with these ones, I don't even really snug them up. I just get them to touch the cooling fin any tighter. And I've broken these before. This side is the easier side, of course, and why I left it for last. With this, and get this last one in. Perfect. All right, so how many more? Okay, I got a whole thing of 2mm pads. Sweet. Excellent. And I need a 0.5mm. There we go. All right. So let's try to use up this first. Oh, yeah. Here. Scissors. Bam. Just like that. And I can open up my half mil. What I have here? I have a whole nother pack. And from here, I tend to put them onto the memory module themselves. Okay, so those ones were 1 millimeter. My bad, those were 1 millimeter. I didn't measure out the other ones, but those. This one's a lot of smaller, guys. I said get back into your package. Excellent. All right, perfect. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, those are 1 millimeter. All right, yeah. So. Awesome. For anybody just tuning in, these are 3070 Ti's that I'm redoing the pads and new fan blades on them. Don't drop stuff. Dropped that. Oh, I did. Right into my lap. Thank God. What are you doing? Hey. Stop trying to gangster my stuff, Cammy. Oh, guys, Cammy is trying to get into everything here. Now I've got a small little landing strip here. Those two, who the heck is trying to text me? That's too big. I know. Do it on this side. Here. You're sticking. I did not give you permission to stick it. here. It's really, this thing should have some really, I probably don't even need to do the fans now because I put such good stuff on here. Man, we're going to put some of this pink stuff on it. And this stuff's going to get the good stuff. Get this stuff gooped up just right. That over here. Close that up. Oh, we're supposed to feel privileged to pay the price of gas right now. Fuck no. They could take their little privileged fucking asses and pay my gas, my fuel cost for me. Since they all drive hybrids, right? You know, that was their clear fucking message. Oh, if you weren't so poor, you'd be able to afford a Tesla and you'd feel special. Before I do go any further, I almost forgot that I need to do this one. Almost forgot. Damn, just the like of that. Ugh. Give this a quick wipe down. And we start plugging everything in, and this one's good to go. This is where you kind of want to lip this edge right underneath this little lip edge here before you set everything else down. Otherwise, it's going to cause you to smear. That. Kind of just line. I get these spring ones in first. Kind of lines everything up. And again, you don't got to go crazy tight. I just bottom out these springs a little bit. Usually I'm good. cross action here. Go. Put these 3 smaller screws in. And bam. Give it a quick little panda flick, make sure everything is still free rolling. And that should be that. And I like to also check to see if I'm bowed on this. And you can see this is pretty straight. I've had them where I've put the wrong pad thickness and it bowed the PCB a little bit, so you kind of want to make sure that I kind of look and make sure that everything is touching the way that it's supposed to be, all that good stuff. So hard to tell if I've got a good squish on it, but it looks like it. Yeah. Looks like I'm kind of sunk into the pad a little bit here. We should be good to go, guys. Yo, let's go on to the last one. Upstream. Now, again, I don't know if I've been into this one. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say if I've been into these. I've had so many GPUs over the years. So this one's a little different on how it's orientated. The other one had 3 screws over here, and the big main screws were here. So weird. Either that, somebody put screws in wrong. It's weird that it's the pressure plate's going back here. These over here. No, these are the right way. Okay, it's just a different PCB design layout. So this is TI. Oh, this one's a non-TI. This one's a regular 1070. So here's a non-TI layout. I'm not sure if I've opened this one. We'll be finding out together. I see blue pad in there, so I'm going to suspect that I've been in here before. And we got a very well... You. There we go. A very stuck PCB. All right. That up. So we got blue pad on here. So I've been in here, but I did not replace these pads. My paste is still wet on here. That's how good my stuff is. Oh. This is still wet, guys. Still bloody wet. That's how paste is supposed to look after more than a year in service. Now I get to... I'm going to wipe that goop up before I touch it. Knowing my luck, I will accidentally touch this. Look at that. It wipes off because it's good paste. This is Arctic MX4 thermal paste that I put on here. I mean, you can tell it's not as greasy as it originally was, which is fine. I'm okay with that, really. So we'll go ahead and we're going to replace all the pads on this one too, considering that it ripped when it came up. So this is over a year's worth of service, over 2 years. I haven't opened up a 1070 like this in a couple of years. So this is at least was done probably about 3 years ago, if I were to take a guess on it. Ew. This stuff's like something like reacted bad to this. Wow. Let me get a little alcohol wipey here. I'm not sure what all reacted to this thing, but oh my lord. And give this a little polish here. Bam. Go ahead and start cleaning all of this stuff up too. Right. I'm going through and wiping everything down like I did on the last two. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and certainly ask away. I'll be able to watch now. Never had a fan go out on me. Just case fans until I started using the Noctuas. Yeah. I mean, these things that these GPUs have been mining for probably 5 years straight. These cards have never seen a gaming rig. So you don't see these under normal. This is not normal conditions for them. So, yeah. Right here. Kind of going through and just kind of going through and just wiping everything down. You know, nothing big. I'm not like being really rough with it at all. If I see some dirt or something like that on there, I'm gonna try to wipe it as best as I can. Bam. All right, so now you off. These pads did their job. I mean, that's 3 years before I had any kind of an issue. Not blame the thermal pads or the paste on this overheating. This thing had the best chance possible for survival. clean all of this stuff off. So just remember that the fat side goes to this side of the GPU to cover all of the power controllers right here, and your inductor rail and your capacitors, and then your MLCCs go into core and all the other various places on this board. So next, we're going to go ahead and separate the PCB off here. Separate the cooler from the shroud so we can get to the fans. Go ahead and put this off to the side here. And we got just this. Now remember, there are these little itty bitty screws right here, so be careful. They're just held into plastic, going through an aluminum brick. Keep your screws separate. None of these screws that are holding each component are the same. Nothing is. Especially on the Gigabytes. They're like one of the worst ones about this. I have broken these before. It does happen. You are screwing into plastic, remember. Let's see how bad this is on the other side. Not bad at all. That's clean. I like it. I'll allow it. Now we can concentrate on this. So, now remember, some of these were spinning, some of these weren't. You know, this one probably will pull right on out. This one might. Let's see here. Nope, that one stays in, and this one free spins. So, go after the screws that I just exposed here. Fishing off in here. All right, here we go. Careful how you put these screws down too. They will roll. You'll set it down, and that'll be the last time you see it. These are not standard off-the-shelf screws. They're like really short with a wider head on there to help hold the fan down. Nice. Thank you, Crypto Wheel. Lizardy liked. Nice. Alright, so that comes up. That's coming up. That's coming up. Now I can flip this over and undo the wire loom out of the shroud here. And start unhooking fans. You up out of here. I want to say this is an original fan. These are original fans for sure. This one. Kind of trying to slip everything back into its little holders as we go back together on this. Trick is, you want to, it's okay to have it go, oh, this is a replacement part, but I don't want it to be, oh, this is a replacement part and I can tell he was in here. Get a screw, stick this in here. These screws are so small. If you have issues with holding on to small little objects, playing don't touch the edge, you know, like playing, if you're not good at playing Operation, you know, that old school game, you're gonna have a bad time here. There's like a little bit of an alignment tab on here. Click, 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 click. Dust is like cancer, just like rust. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Thank God. I dropped the screwdriver. The screw got caught under the fan and dropped. Thank God. Like, we're on the home stretch, guys. Come on. Oh. Sorry, guys. It didn't want to cooperate. All right. So, last but not least. Last fan out of my way here. Again, kind of lining everything up here. There we go. Flip it. Now I'm kind of holding on to the center here while I flip it. This way the alignments of the screw holes all stay right where I put it. Last screw. Oh. All right, so the end cable has to come out that side. Look at you in here. Take here, right here. Look at that side. Trying to figure out like the best way to put this so that it's all kind of tucked up out of the way of the fan blade spinning at any point in time. I think spinning. That's what I want to see. And like I said, fat side goes to the IO ports here. Have this in. Oh. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to hold the wire in place and drop everything. Got that. Now I can go. Alright, cool. Now, I always try to get with the harder side first. Once you got the hard side in, it is smooth sailing there. I literally, as soon as it touches the cooler, I let go. Now to the even side. Alright, now let's replace the pads, and then we'll be good to go. So, 2mm on this back plate, back side of this. Got his 1mm left hanging out here, so get my scissors. Man, just felt like I that. A small piece of tuna. Bingo. 1 millimeter for everything else, so 2 millimeter can go get put away. I can start making all the other stuff. All right. That here and a nail that there. Just like that. Here. You know what? I want to do it. Like I said, I like to do this part right on the GPU. So we'll go ahead and grab this. Damn. Oh, this is like the tedious part of the whole thing is cutting, measuring. Need. Um, all right, that's everything. So now I can put some paste on there, put some of this pink stuff on there. And it should be good to go. This is non-conductive paste here from Thermal Drizzle. Little extra. Fine. up, put everything away. We are good to put it together, guys. Woohoo! And oops. Flip it and plug in the other fan header before you put anything down. Stuff sticking to me. All right, so see if I can do this again. I got it. Go ahead and get all of the springs back on here. So we did 2 TIs and a 1 non-TI. This should have improved thermals drastically. These two in here, I'll be able to get them down. I was like the last little bit of centering I just did there. Tightening this with 2 fingers, guys. Man. Touching everything. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks good. Perfect. That's that, guys. If you guys got any comments or questions before I sign up out of here, I got to clean up my mess. This is horrible here, guys. Definitely smash that Lizzie like button if you have made it this far, guys. Yo, thank you for sticking around on this 2-hour live stream of me going through GPUs, re-thermal pasting them, pads on them, and putting fans on 3 different GPUs. So we had a TI and a non-TI Gigabyte Gaming X edition. And we had one ROG Strix 1070 Ti that had a bunch of dead fans on it. But yeah, this was good. Thank you, Jason. The Tiger Osborne. Hit that thumbs up button, smash it so that I can get another giga hash on me. Yo, I love that thinking. Yes, definitely check out the DCA live stream. Also, thank you, Goblin. Yo, Golden Wolf. Thank you, everybody that has been here so far. Definitely, if you like this content, Subscribe, hit bell notification, and all that good stuff. If you have been here for a while and you're an OG and you're like, hey, I'd like to tip you, I got a Patreon down below. Believe it or not, I just started it. You out there could be the first Patreon for crypto and hot rods. Yo, don't delay. Get in there today, because anybody who's on the top tier VIP will also be allowed VIP access to the family mine, being able to have your mining rigs hosted by your two favorite people, me and Mikkel. Yo, that is bigly, guys. Like, oh yeah, Fausto, I gotta make sure they. I know they'll turn on and everything will be fine on them. It's just a matter of, cleaning up, putting them back into the rig. I mean, it'll fire up, start hashing. I'll give you updates tomorrow, guys, on how this all went out. I've got every reason in the back of my head that there'll be nothing wrong here. It'll fire up, no fire, fans spinning. Life will be cooler for this rig. Yo, all puns intended. So nice, Fausto. Nice. Yeah, doing the thermal pads and a paste are a definite necessity, whether you're gaming or mining. You want top performance, you got to have top cooling ability on there, which means good thermal paste, which is not what the manufacturers put in, and good thermal pads, which is what the manufacturers don't put in. So either way, you get a GPU, you're almost forced to put it, to crack it open and do what the manufacturers refused to do, which was give a good thermal performance. It's like, come on, it's not rocket science. You generate heat, you got to dissipate it. Don't cheap out on that. But they've been doing it for years. I mean, I've had to replace pads on brand new cards, 1070s and stuff like that before. So this is not anything new to me. Oh, you've been mining? Oh, so Fausto, you've been mining about as long as I have. Yo, nice, dude. Nice. Definitely I hope you're part of the community. If you're not, links down below. Discord, it's free, guys, free to join. But think about joining the Patreon too. It helps me out, helps this YouTube channel out, helps me be able to grab some awesome equipment so I can do some testing, because I don't get shit for free. All this stuff comes out of my pocket. So if you guys would like to help and get some awesome content up on here, certainly join the Patreon. Links down below. And I believe DCA Adventure is also live streaming right now. So definitely go bebop up over there, do a crypto and hot rod raid on DCA Adventure, guys. Just be like hashtag hot rod raid. So yeah, hashtag hot rod raid over at DCA Adventure. Go hit them up, guys. And like always, I'll definitely see you all on the next one. I'd fire it up when I want to go eat. I got food getting cold over there. So it's time to eat. I'll see you in the next one. I might game a little bit later on tonight. I'm probably going to be stopping. Oh, one last thing. I'm probably going to be stopping doing my gaming on YouTube. YouTube hates it when I do these long streams. I'm trying to kind of streamline myself. So I have a Twitch account, same name, Crypto and Hot Rods. So don't get confused. Check it out over there if you like to watch gaming. Get me off the cuff and stuff like that. Ask me anything up over there, guys. So if you guys enjoy watching gaming, I'm playing, sitting there checking out, God of War, Cyberpunk 2077, Dirt Rally Course Racing. So if that stuff interests you, go check me out on Twitch, guys. So, see you in the next one. Peace. Stay savage.